Hey everyone, I'm Dan, and today we're going to talk about the Sidewinder on this Chevy truck, which is exactly the same, or I should say very close to the same as what you would get with the Hummer Crab Walk. But before we get it started in there, you guys have never met me before. I have had Teslas. I have Teslas. So I kind of consider myself a very junior authority in EV because I've had EVs for probably about a decade at this point. But here she is, the beauty, right? So I did not go for the Cybertruck. I had a reservation on it, and I think for all the obvious reasons that you guys are in this channel, we all know why. But I'm going to talk about my experience yesterday. I posted really quick. My experience yesterday was this. I went up to Chevy to get the Sidewinder installed because I couldn't get the over-the-air to work, over-the-air software update. They told me it was going to take 2 hours. It took 7.5 hours, and I waited the whole time. So essentially what happened was that when they tried to do the software update, they had to do it multiple attempts, but then they had to reprogram all 4 modules of the wheels, including the air shocks. So for all of you that really want Sidewinder, I think that there's a high probability you're going to be waiting a long time. The only reason why I think that is because if the dealerships can't do it in 7.5 hours, your Wi-Fi router is not going to do that anytime soon. You're probably going to be a year off before you can get it. But I've never played with it. I got my son Owen over here. He's filming for me. So we're going to jump in. And the first thing we're going to do is just look at it from the dashboard perspective. And then I'll drive it with Owen in the car with me, and then Owen's going to jump out, and we're going to give you a look at what it does. Now, the ongoing joke yesterday was, I really want Sidewinder because I paid for it, but I'm never going to use it. So I really don't know what the purpose of Sidewinder really is, outside of the fact that it might be a cool trick for this video. But maybe, you know, in the comments you guys have a reason that you think that this would be awesome. But Owen, let's jump in. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, so we're inside the Silverado RST EV, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is my second take to try to get this right. It took me a minute to find Sidewinder in here, but I would love to get into some other things about the RST that even some of these really professional influencers, they really missed. And here's the reality. Even if you had it for a day, like they kind of came in and did some reviews on the RST, and they're like, you know, it doesn't have this and doesn't have that. But we can see here, like, if you go back to some of the reviews, it does have ways and some other things. I'll talk about that in a different video. But how you find Sidewinder is it's actually under controls, and it's right here. Now, I've never used this before, so we're going to enter Sidewinder mode. So we got a cool little video there. And guys, I literally have no idea what we're doing here. So, okay, so I guess I'm in Sidewinder mode. There's a little icon right here with the wheels all pointed in one direction. So I'm going to guess we're in Sidewinder. Now, here's the interesting thing. I literally don't know if you can drive Sidewinder down the street, in your driveway, and on the freeway. So I'm going to assume you could probably drive this all the way. Like, you just leave it in this mode because it's so deep in the settings that it seems like this would be something you would set and forget and you would just get used to. So we're going to just drive, and you're probably not going to be able to see it from the car, but I can feel the car is just like, it's just basically just drifting. Like here we can see that it's literally just drifting right and left down the driveway. So, So let's take it for a spin, and Owen's going to give you like the front view of this, and we're going to just kind of like test it out. So let's see how this looks. So I'm going to turn here, and that is really weird. It does feel weird. It probably doesn't translate in the video very well, but like literally I'm driving diagonal right now. Like my truck is diagonal going down the street. So that's interesting. How you get yourself out of that, I don't know. Basically, Chevy said that you might want to take this to a parking lot to really kind of play around with it. But yeah, so we'll drive this for a minute and see how it goes.
Good.
Okay, for our first test, what we're going to do is we're going to try to turn down the street and just see how well it does or what it even does. I'm not even sure you can really turn this down a street, but let's just see how this goes. Oh yeah, that's weird. So we are, I mean, it does, but it's weird. It's sort of like a delay. And then like even getting it straightened out, it's almost like it has to like travel about 40 feet, maybe even 100 feet in travel before it's really good. So I guess we're going to keep going. We're going to turn down here. And I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of give you guys like a feel for this, is I'm going to I'm like driving diagonal. It's the weirdest thing. So can I make it around that Ryder truck that is now blocking the street? I don't really know. Not as a beginner, but let's just maybe let this guy figure out what he's doing. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, so he's just gonna wiggle down the street like I am, except he doesn't have Sidewinder, but that's okay. So I think I can stay over on this side. Owen, if you film the steering wheel, I want you to see like how I kind of struggle with it. Like it's like I don't know. I don't really know if this is really meant for like high speed or what, but it's weird. Like here, watch. I'll just sort of drift. This does feel better at slow speeds, like I'm trying to get into a parking spot, right? So that does feel better. But what's weird is now I'm like stuck on this diagonal angle, and now I'm literally trying to like straighten it out. Something that might help is, what do the wheels look like as you're doing this? So what I'll probably do is I'll do like a really slow driveway test and have Owen film it from the front, so we can get a better idea of like how the wheels work with this. Now, I mean, it does do turns just fine, but when you go to straighten it out, it does feel like it drifts a little bit. Now, that was interesting. I was going faster, and I almost felt like the truck turned it off. So now it's back on. I can tell because I feel like I'm going to run into the grass there. But I think, yeah, now it just seemed like it just kind of like when I got up to about 25 miles an hour, it seemed like it may have almost like software sort of took over, and maybe it went back into more of a normal steering. And I'm just making some assumptions here. I haven't done any real research on this, but okay, so we're gonna go slow again, and I think the best way to look at this is look at the hood to get an idea. Like I'm crossing over, but we're really not diagonal at all. We're actually straight, and I'm able to cross over. This is where I think Sidewinder might have, actually pulling up to that mailbox would have been a great example of maybe how you could use Sidewinder. You're trying to get around a car and you got to pull up and grab your mail or something. But once again, I think it's sort of gimmicky. I don't know the use case. I do want to try to attach a trailer to it and see what kind of mess we can get ourselves in with Sidewinder. Is there some good use cases with the trailer, or will it just completely mess with your mind and you won't really be able to do too much? So we'll jump out up here. Owen will kind of film it coming down the driveway, and we'll see what we can do. But I already feel, I will say, just you guys are with me on my very first drive, I do feel fairly comfortable with it. Now, the other thing that's going through my head right now is what kind of wheel wear are we having? So here's another thing. Can I actually back this in or not? I don't know. I'm not sure I'll be able to do this correctly.
You want me to get out and film it?
Sure. Well, I'm laughing. Owen's laughing. I completely just botched it. So, okay, backing up, you can see I literally just ran over those rocks, and I did it on purpose. Not really on purpose. I had it fully jacked to try to back this up into the driveway, and what I've noticed is it's not good at those kinds of turns. So, like, you know, I'm gonna sort of just do like a back and forth on this, just so you can see what the wheels look like. It's very good at low speeds, and it's not so good at turning or backing in. I think that's where like maybe its downfall is at. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do one more. I'm just gonna back it up, and I'm gonna, try to back it into my spot over there, which is kind of between two cars. I'll go a little bit slow because running over rocks is a little bit different than, oh my gosh, I just ran over rocks again. So it's, I might not want to back this up between two cars because I'm not sure my brain can handle this. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. The thing that I'm going to tell you is that it drifts. It will drift. Oh man, it's like got almost like a. I'm trying to describe it to you. There's a repercussion to whatever mess you've gotten yourself in to the point you just can't get out of it. Like if you think you're going to turn your wheel further, like you're normally backing in, it's not. It's almost like you've got a 30-second delay on what's really going to happen in the end. So, it's cool. My first take on this is that it's probably good to go into a parking spot on the side. I think backing up is horrible. I can't do it very well. But this just may be one of those things. It's just going to take a lot of practice. So I'm going to leave it at that. This is Sidewinder. This is my first run at it. Good luck, guys. Hopefully you don't completely crush your rocks the way I did. But hey, at least it was just rocks, and that was the first time I off-roaded on the RST. I just didn't have it in my off-road mode. So that's it. That's Sidewinder. We'll see you next time.